Looking at the youths, do you think the youths are most scared of?
Most youths are afraid of failure and afraid of not belonging to kubalika.
Yeah.
And about
Like-
the future. I think those three are some of the most scary things that the youths feel and my experience.
We go through the fear of investing. We want to invest, but we have the fear of risk taking because we fear. Will I risk? Because I may risk and fail. I may risk and lose.
You don't want to lose.
You don't
As
want
a
to
youth,
lose.
you
don't want to
wouldn't
lose.
want to lose. Eh?
Yes.
High percentage of youths, like over 50%, are so much afraid of starting their own families. They are
Karibu Nairobi, karibu Kanero, karibu.
they are so much afraid of starting their own families. Reasons they are giving seem very relevant actually. Have you ever had that thought? Is there prerequisite condition for you for a youth to start his own family?
Fear is there of beginning a family.
Why? Like, what is generally the fear in that in the beginning of that family?
What will you give the family?
Watakula nini?
Watakula nini?
Watavaa nini? Nani kilema kulipa rent? Watarudi ushago. I think this
Okay.
is about
Expanding. Yes.
you ask yourself, mimi mtu sasa akikuwa mkubwa, it's about that school going age. You can afford your fee.
Well, hello guys, and good evening. Welcome to the Youth of Light program. Today, we are in a very scenic place. As you can see around, it's so full of green. However, we will be talking about facing our fears. We will look at the fears that happen to the youth most and what they are most scared of. And then thereby we'll give you solutions about the same. So today on the panel, I have not new to you, Madam Anne, my co-host. I know today we will be doing today we will discuss a lot and we will be together throughout the show. Then not still new to you, we have Mr. Charles. Still not new to you on this show. So assuming you were in this panel, would you give me some of the things that you are very much scared of as a youth? Just give yourself in the Kenyan situation, in the Kenyan environment, and tell me what you are most scared of in your life. Like, let me give an age bracket of about 20 to the age of 32, somewhere there. That is where life starts to change. And when life starts to change, our minds mature, we start making goals. Someone told me they had a lot of plans by the time they get to their third staircase. And by the time they were already 29, you know, you're already falling to the third level. By that time, none of the plans were coming to place. So it's really scary when you think that there's nothing that you're going to achieve at the end of this all. So looking at the youths in the general Kenyan environment, so what do you think the youths are most scared of?
Hello guys, how are you doing? Welcome. So basically, I think most youths are afraid of failure and afraid of not belonging, kutokubalika,
Yeah.
and about
Like-
the future. See, I think those three are some of the most scary things that the youths feel and my experience. Especially your not belonging. I think it starts from teenage life. You know.
So
When
someone
body
you
starts evolving.
end up developing a low self-esteem.
Yes, or you know, especially during teenage life is when your body features change. You realize, oh, I have feelings. You realize there are very many things in a change kwako. You see, so that fear of belonging, I think it starts from pale kwa grassroots pale as a teenage person, as a teenager.
Charles.
Wow. Again, welcome. Getting to the many things that we youth are afraid of, Josiah, I'll say, we go through the fear of investing. And I think I would like to expound on that. The
Please
fear
do.
of investing. Because many times we want to invest, but we have the fear of risk taking. Yes. because we fear. Will I risk? Because I may risk and fail. I may risk and lose. And so, yeah.
You don't want to lose.
You don't
As
want
a
to
youth,
lose.
you wouldn't want to lose. Eh?
Yes.
Actually, I think that's a strong point, because you don't imagine me having assembled just a total of 100K. It's the only money in my bank account.
Yes.
And the only opportunity that has come is needs actually requires 100K.
Yes.
So getting all that cash and putting it into that business is such a huge risk.
Yes.
And sometimes it's very scary.
scary.
Just touching it, and you know, if it goes, it has already drowned, and it's not coming back. And money, as it is very hard actually to get as a youth, right?
Yes, yes.
So I want us to look at our Kenyan environment and see the problems facing the youth, which are contributing most to their fears. Eh?
Yes.
So there is this fear of unemployment, I would call it.
Yes.
That fear of you get out of here. It's not that because you just have some degree out there,
Yes.
you're guaranteed you get something to sustain yourself.
Yes.
Because actually looking at the other people who are passed out, who are graduated, still are out there languishing in poverty and not even having anything to do. Actually, if they have, it's not motivating. You get me?
Yes.
So do you think that is also a problem that we can address in these sessions too?
Fear of unemployment.
Yes.
Yes. Unemployment is there. A lot of people are educated. You know, when you are growing up in you, once you go to primary and then you go to secondary and then you go to university, automatically you get yourself a white collar job.
Oh yeah.
You are this manager, doctor. Yani, we thought the kind of setup or mentality that we were given is once you clear your education, you automatically find a job waiting for you. Karibu sana, tumekungoja sana. Now start earning. But then ukishamaliza, when you're done with your studies, sasa reality starts hitting you. Not even when you're done with studies. I know most people, when you're in campus, hustling starts from there.
Yep.
Campus. You have either uanze kuzururisha sweetie uko in classes, either smoky or either
or
dinners,
coffee,
clothes, coffee. Hustling starts from there. And you know, si kila mtu mwenye anataka kuhustle. Unaona?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's actually it's really hard to hustle. You cannot imagine myself going around selling sweets. It's not easy, because you don't even know who will buy in the first place.
It's just something that the hardest things in this life is not having a job and having a job. When you don't have a job, you can't afford that lifestyle. When you have a job, I don't know why having a job is not even a good thing in the first place. But I think it's that toiling.
You know, you're
And
spending the whole
kubahatisha.
of your time.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think unemployment, it's a big menace. A lot of people want a certain lifestyle.
Yes.
People want lifestyle. There's no employment. Aya, Vinye Charles said, you are afraid of investing somewhere because you don't know how fast will it pick. You know.
Yes.
You know, I think sometimes back I was sharing with Pastor Enoch, our director, and I was telling him, my biggest fear, my biggest weakness is patience.
Patience.
Like, when will this come to pass? Like,
Why
seriously?
is it not picking?
Like, you just started last month, but the pressure you have on yourself is
It's too much on you. It's too much on you. Especially when ukiangalia your surrounding, ama your peers, ama people you grew up with, you find, she's settled. She's married. She has her own business. I'm in my parents' house. What am I doing with my life? So there's so much pressure and there's no employment. So you find a lot of people getting into depression, a lot of people getting into drug addiction, a lot of people getting into,
And still, on the same point, you will find that there are those people who are also looking up to you. You know, even if you're not that successful, you know, someone down there is still looking up to you. And now, I'm back then in my high school days, they used to tell us, just play around. Don't get these points. You are not going to campus. If you're not going to campus, you are doomed. My friend, you're very doomed. And even after working that hard, there's this tendency of employers, Kenyan employers nowadays. Let me generalize them as Kenyan employers. I know it's even the world outside there. You get out of campus, you're here with your second class upper. Unfortunately, the only thing you can get around yourself is only internships. Come here, we do internships. After now, the 6 months is done. another internship. They can only renew your internships. Charles,
Yes.
have you had such cases?
Yes, I have gone through such cases, and to be honest and sincere, it becomes very embarrassing because you have been to school, you've gone all the way from primary school level, you've gone to secondary level. Here you are graduating, your people are very happy now that our son, our daughter is graduating, and therefore they have hopes that pastures will be greener. But now with these hopes that pastures will be greener, here you are, the world is looking at you, the parents are looking at you, friends are also looking at you, and now, with all the odds that life will be green and better, you are going for internship, and in these places you getting very little. And this little can, to some extent, cannot even supply your basic needs.
Even nothing sometimes.
Yes.
So I know that one will jump to another topic, but
yes,
are we actually supposed to consider a certain level of remuneration, or let me call it wages, that we're supposed to be given in these so-called internships?
You know, a lot of people say that tunakulipa na exposure. Unajua ukienda na CV yako alafu sema ulikuwa kwa company, watakuchukua juu ushakuwa exposed.
Yani.
Getting experience. You know, at the end of the day, people think it's rude to turn down an offer and tell them, but that exposure is not going to pay my bills at the end of the day. It's not going to take my child to school at the end of the day. And they find like that is offensive. But again, I really want to especially challenge most employers. People work. People sweat. When that amount of work as an intern is subjected to you,
you can't even do it.
Chances are
you really can't.
You'll turn it down. Junajua, it's still unfortunate that even interns squeezy, they are wanatharauliwa. Sasa haka.
But after all, internship.
So just an intern, you'll tell me nothing. So that intern is waking up in the morning, kuna fare anatumia, kuna chakula anakula,
kuna nguo ana-expectiwa kuvalia.
Yes. And then you don't give even that person at a 10 bob at a lunch.
I'm telling you, it's hard outside here, right?
It's very hard.
Just do you think we need that experience, the so-called experience? Because I'm finding it funny. Still, guys, there's just very few jobs outside here that do not require any experience, especially for the freshly graduated graduates. You find that every job advertised outside there has a minimum experience of 2 years. And then, having done these professional papers, blah, 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 a lot of stuff. Do you think it's really necessary for employers to look for that experience?
I think the exposure and the experience is very important. It counts much. But to some extent, if I were to give a solution, I would say, let this experience and exposure be given by the institution, or rather by the company. And by doing so, if you give me the experience as I am working, as I am earning, then there is no problem. But if I love to go, munataka experience ya miaka miwili, I am freshly graduated, sasa hii experience nitaitoa wapi?
They barely need. By the way, let me ask, you're a teacher. How long does a teacher get hired by the TSC? Or the CUPED?
It depends with the combination. Because some combination.
So the worst. Talk about the worst combinations. And now
the worst,
we won't actually name the subjects of the worst combination, but talk about the worst combination. How long is someone supposed to stay outside here?
The worst combination can take you to 3 years if you are freshly graduated.
That's a bit fair, right?
Yes.
I think that's fair.
It's kind of fair because you can go to you can get a private school kind of. You can at least get paid well. I think. Or we all turn to teaching, eh?
No,
when we come,
no.
when we start talking about careers, we will actually consider that, because I think they are a bit lucky. But can you imagine someone like me?
What have you done in school?
That's BCom finance. And you can imagine getting a job outside there in a bank.
That's why I'm sorry, but there's something I saw at school.
It's so bad. It's actually going outside there. Unaenda mjengo unajipata by then wewe peke yako hujafanya BCom. With that finance, actually it's a strong degree. Don't think it's easy kubalansia my sheets. But then the jobs are so much outside here, but getting them is a real headache.
A real headache.
because I think there is this tendency also of you need to have these contacts for you to get to this company. You just can't get to it just freely, like you're supposed to apply, do your competition, and then win. It's not working that way, actually.
Yes.
So actually unemployment is
It's big. It's a big challenge.
It's a big challenge, big time, big
for
time, big time.
for the youths outside there.
Yeah.
So how do we actually handle this? We will come to that later.
Yeah.
So let me there's this other fear that I was doing actually my research, and I saw a lot of youths. That's why I gave that age bracket of 20 to 32, where like you're totally converted to something else at that age. I was seeing that a high percentage of youths, like over 50%, are so much afraid of starting their own families.
Yeah.
They are
Karibu Nairobi, karibu Kanairo, karibu.
they are so much afraid of starting their own families. Reasons they are giving seem very relevant, actually. So Charles,
Yes.
okay, you're still not there. Have you ever had that thought? Is there prerequisite condition for you for a youth to start his own family?
The fear is there of beginning a family.
Why? Like, what is generally the fear in that in the beginning of that family?
What will you give the family?
Watakula nini?
Watakula nini?
Watavaa nini?
Eh.
Na nikilemwa kulipa rent, watarudi ushago. I think
Okay.
Expanding. Yes.
you ask yourself, ni mtu sasa akikuwa mkubwa, it's about that school going age. Nita afford your fee. Will I be able to live by the standard of the society to make sure your mtoto hajaenda to just a school because it's a school, but ameenda shule.
Ile unataka kujifeel, because I think it comes to then it widens up.
Youth of Light, shining light to the youth.
Block by them.
Okay, guys, welcome back. This is Youth of Light. We're still talking about our fears as youths. Later on, we will be talking about how to face them. So, welcome back. Just continue with us. So, Charles,
Yes.
you had some other type of fear. Sorry for that. You wanted to talk about.
Yeah, Josiah, there is the fear of intimidation, the fear of experience, and the fear of probably a good or a bad experience that you went through in the past. And so such a fear may deter you, or rather it can inaanza kuzuia kufanya a decision that can be important and that can influence your life. Labda kuna watu walipitia talking on still on marriage. Labda kuna mtu ambaye aliona mwanadada pahali anachapwa. Labda akawa anasikia fununu ya kwamba siku hizi wanaume wanapiga wanadada wanaumiza. Ama labda huwa tunasikia about nyeriology, na si nyeriology is about wale wanadada kutoka Nyeri ambao huwa wanachapa wanaume. Unaona?
Mtu wache, but sisi from Nyeri we are not bad people. Mtu wache,
Yes.
mtu wache play a role
You
vizuri.
guys
Play a
are
role
good.
vizuri.
When we talk about neurology,
Still talking about that past experience. Labda in the upbringing, your father was furious. Alikuwa anachapa mama, mama alikuwa anachapa baba. Sasa unafikiria kama baba alikuwa anatengeneza mama hivyo. No. Will I be married to niende nikapatane na the same torture?
Those are women beating
Yes.
husbands.
yes.
Yeah, women
Allah.
nowadays are
Or,
beating
or
us.
or torturing them psychologically.
Unamtengeneza karata vizuri sana.
Actually, I think that's a nice point.
Yeah.
Because we can call it fears of being victimized. They are victims of discrimination, sexual assault, especially if you find those funny cases of fathers having raped their own daughters, or other just funny characters from outside who rape other kids. You know, nowadays actually rape is too rampant, especially to the boy child. Actually, small boys are getting raped by men, and also small girls. So you'll find that if that child really grows up, actually, they'll be so much afraid of having this intimacy.
Yeah.
And you know, there's something that really pisses me off when we discuss, or when I hear about rape cases is we have people who still they prefer solving their issues a rape case using kangaroo courts. You know who kangaroo courts is? Pale
Yeah.
kando, pale kando. And in some ways, I wish ile punishment ya kitambo could really come back. You rape someone, unaekwa kwa beehive, and then you are rolled down a hill. Unakama ukiteremka.
Like unakuwa ugali hivyo.
Because I think any rape, it's become ni kama kukula ugali. It's become so, ni kama kawaida.
Because there is it's, I think it's really traumatizing.
Yes.
Someone needs to go to a psychological doctor to be able to overcome, right?
And you know, especially that is bad. Mama, that is traumatizing and inaleta trust issues, especially for parents who are working. You don't know, if I leave my child with this houseboy or with this house girl, I don't know at the end of the day venye nitakuja nipate mtoto wangu akiwa. You see. And I do encourage a lot of parents, no matter how busy you are, make sure you're the one giving your child a bath.
Yes.
At the end of the day, make sure you're the one giving your child a bath, and make sure you have a conversation. That way, that child will be able to open up to you. Mama, auntie, anani, shika hivi hivi. Mama, uko nani, shika hivi hivi. Ama ananiambia hivi hivi. When you have that discussion, and when you try and create time, no matter, I know these days we have busy schedules as much as we are busy.
Sure.
Let us try and create, not let us try, we brought these children to this world. Watch to create time for them. Let them express their feelings. Kwetu. Unaona? Yeah.
So
That way it will be easy to know what is going on with your child's life. Unaona?
So I'm looking at that point, and I think it's wider because that's just one part of it. Like when we talk about experience, they are also victims of violence too.
Violence is there.
Like, do you know, actually, I was working with a friend of mine in town, and there was a shootout just nearby. And the guy panicked, like typically panicking. He can't stand anything that sounds like it's a blast or a gunshot. Because I think there's that past experience of how they were tortured in those village fights that we always see. So I think it's actually, it touches different people depending on what type of a victim you are. Be it discrimination, because back growing up, there was actually, even up to today, I saw a page of I Love Black People. They still they are victims of discrimination. You know, there is some place you can go. There are some countries you can go if you're black, and then you will feel very inferior. A lot of people associate black people with, like, they are really not people.
They are primitive.
Yeah, kind of. So if you found yourself in that situation, then of course you will be very much afraid of mixing with other people, because you think the same is gonna happen to me. The same way, if a kid has a particular issue, and then in school, you know, there is that bullying. That happens, and when that kid experiences such, especially on those let me call them funny teachers, who will make fun of a kid out of something that they know deep down it will hurt the kid. You know, kids are very sensitive, because talking to you about something as a teacher, you feel it, because this is an elder person talking to me.
You know, I'm laughing. In high school, we used to have a maths teacher. So I used to have a maths teacher and an English teacher. So one day this maths teacher came and told some girl, "Wewe sidhani kama ile batapo ilikumba ishawaikauka." Anyway, we laughed. Okay.
Which is actually not good, because you can imagine kama wewe unabomoka. You see, hata like haufai kuambia mtoto hivyo generally.
Because later that day we found this girl like crying.
Wewe ukiimagine matope yako haijaikauka, what will you even think? I think you will automatically feel bad.
You will feel bad. You will feel lonely, and your self-esteem will go down.
Especially your self-esteem.
Unapita tu class, alafu there are those stupid kids out at the back of the class. Aya, huyu dem matoke yake haijaikauka. You see, it really is actually bad.
Yeah, it is.
So I think that's actually a very good point, because widely, either physically, either they have been hurt physically or psychologically. So when that grows up to the bigger you, of course, you will continue being afraid of that unless you find a solution for that. So I wanted us to look at a final fear. Nowadays, social media is really the thing around us, right? People, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, we are there. And I guess people in social media are just parading themselves for who they really for who they are not, actually, if I may say it that way. I saw a meme somewhere saying everyone in Facebook is just as a degree from Harvard or something.
From Nairobi University.
Kila mtu Facebook actually amegraduate. You can't find someone ati ako tu hapo pali alifika. No, ako hapo. And then you'll find that, like, today I'll post a picture of me being in this place, and then of course what does it depict to my friends there? Hey, this kid, kijana jo, unaona ile base yako? Teach us your ways, master. I'm telling you. So nina rock outside there, and you find that also everyone is flowing with that. Then deeper, you'll find that someone feels intimidated, or they feel inferior about posting themselves outside there. It's actually for fun. Actually, social media is for fun, right?
Yes.
It's for fun, unless when it becomes serious, we are contributing for someone. When it becomes a serious business, right? It's an advertisement, also a platform too. But generally, social media is for fun. So you find that there is the fear of feeling so inferior. You can post your picture there. You feel you're not beautiful enough. You feel you're not handsome enough. Like, kuna wale watu wamefika hiyo level ya kuweka hizi mapicha hapo. And
as much as social media is for fun, we have people, I like referring to them, people who feel like they are worthy more than other people. Maybe they use their status to underrate other people. And I'm using this in referral to some girl in South Africa who committed suicide. I think you saw that story.
Yes.
That girl, the one who was bullying her, was having fun doing it. Forgetting that this other person, the one who's been subjected to this slapping, to this shaming, is also a person. And at the end of the day, what did she do?
Committed suicide.
She committed suicide.
Yes.
So as much as we're trying to have fun, I'm trying to bring out the superiority, quote unquote, in us, let us not as well. Don't forget that kuna mtu mwingine pale, that the other person, any tables can turn like this.
And find yourself ni wewe uko hapo.
You're the one who is being bullied. Yeah.
I think people should watch inspirational videos to just teach themselves how to act normal, because there is a lot of fear actually nowadays with social media, especially on that part of cyberbullying. Someone will pull out your picture and post it in a funny way. They can even make a meme out of it. And you know, there are memes that are not funny. They are funny and laughable, but to you, they really are very intimidating. They really are sucking. They really are so boring. Ukiona hivi, yani huwezi imagine wewe umewekwa hapo with such kind of a quote.
And you know, people are different. Kuna wenye wataichukulia like, yay, I'm trending.
I'm telling you, niko number one saa hii, sasa ni hii hashtag.
Na kuna mwenye ataenda tu kwa room yake ajifungie and cry, hope, maybe mpaka a change how she looks ama how he looks, change the features, maybe go bleach, maybe go darken, depending on how he or she is being memed. Let me say memed. Because like meme has become the new way of body shaming, you know.
Which is, I don't know. Actually, we would be touching on that point a lot when we be looking at the solutions.
You know who's like jealous of you, ama hating on you, ama saying something ill about you is just jealous, ama and I wish siningefika tu pale, like me, because I can't.
Wacha tu muangushe.
Post this ill thing about him.
It trend. Lakini do you think it's inaweza end? Because I even see public figures. I won't mention names, but unaonanga even kwa post za mtu a public figure amepost tu kitu. Anyway, it's funny, inafaa kuchekwa actually, or it can be commented, it's educative. But someone outside there, actually, let me give you an example. I won't mention the name. Alipost na at the end of it, akaweka nini emoji ya rolling eyes. You see that that emoji. Then someone out of nowhere was like, hey, Mr. Man, are you straight?
Nitumie screenshot.
Are you just a straight man? Which man on earth uses a rolling emoji? A man. Are you straight person? Can you explain it to us? And then, hey, I was like, seriously?
Yes,
Emojis are there just to be used. However, depending on what I feel like doing to you, how would you use them? Do I have to really keep on being very keen to select emojis that I'll send to you?
This one, because if I use this one, people will think I'm not straight.
Yo.
Use this one, because if I use this one, people will think I'm sissy.
Can you imagine? And that guy was really okay. Do you know what he told them? I think he answered and said, I think you are being stupid. Do you know, this is my page. My next post, I will use this. I think there's this emoji that looks like this for a girl. That looks like the hair is like this. So he just told the guy, watch me on my next post. I'll use this. If you're seeking attention, just do it somewhere else. This is my page. And well, I think if we all could have that hard heart, that rocky heart, it could help us at least do something.
But tunasikia pia kwa street pia venye wanasema.
So at least we will get we will listen to their views and kindly comment yours on this comment section, and we will be pleased to get back to you. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to our page, to our channel, Youth of Light, both on YouTube and Facebook. And guys, kindly share, listen. You will be blessed. If you want to feature in our show, kindly text us or comment. We have a number there, and we will contact you and set a date with you. Thank you. That's from us, from this green place. We all love you.
Youth of Light, shining light to the youth.